Chapter 9. The Dating Dilemmas. As Susan navigated her menopausal journey, she felt a newfound sense of confidence and decided it was time to venture back into the world of dating. After all, why should menopause stop her from finding love and companionship? With enthusiasm, she signed up for various dating apps, creating a profile that highlighted her love for laughter, adventure, and the occasional pole dancing class. She was excited about the prospect of meeting interesting people and embarking on new romantic adventures. Her first foray into the world of online dating led to a series of humorous mishaps. Susan's optimistic attitude remained unshaken, despite the comedic turn her dating life had taken. Disastrous blind dates. Blind date number 1. Susan's first blind date, set up by a well-meaning friend, turned out to be a man who had an obsession with collecting porcelain dolls. He spent the entire evening regaling her with stories about his prized doll collection and even showed her pictures of them dressed up in miniature outfits. Susan tried to keep a straight face, but the absurdity of it all left her in fits of laughter. Blind date number 2. On her second blind date, Susan found herself sitting across from a man who was convinced he was a reincarnated pirate from the 18th century. He spoke in a pirate accent, referred to her as "me hearty," and even insisted on paying for the dinner with a pouch of antique coins. Susan couldn't help but play along, and they spent the evening talking like pirates, much to the confusion of the restaurant staff. Online dating mishaps. Online dating profile mix-up. Susan accidentally mixed up her dating profile with that of her cat, Whiskers. She received messages from bewildered suitors who seemed more interested in her cat's hobbies and napping schedule than in getting to know her. One gentleman even asked if Whiskers would be joining them on a date. The misguided matchmaker. Susan's well-meaning but overly enthusiastic neighbor, Mrs. Jenkins, decided to take it upon herself to play matchmaker. She arranged a date for Susan with her nephew, who turned out to be an amateur ventriloquist. Dinner was spent with Susan conversing with a ventriloquist dummy named Charlie, while Mrs. Jenkins nodded approvingly. Despite the dating dilemmas and the quirky characters she encountered, Susan refused to be discouraged. She recognized that each disastrous date and mishap brought its own dose of humor and valuable life lessons. She learned to embrace the hilarity of her dating adventures and the unpredictability of love in the midst of menopause. With a resilient spirit and a heart full of laughter, Susan continued her journey through the dating world, ready to face whatever comical encounters lay ahead and hopeful that one day she would find a partner who appreciated her zest for life and her ability to find humor in even the most awkward of situations.